Hello everybody, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I'm super excited to be here on ThermOWeb's YouTube channel today because there is a brand new release of toner card fronts and toner designer sheets. This is the limited edition Time to Fly collection. So this is a monthly release that will only be around for a limited period of time, so grab it while you can. And the Time to Fly collection comes with a butterfly design and a dragonfly design. These are the designer clear acetate sheets, and these are the white slimline size cardstock with the printed toner. Now, the great thing about that printed toner is that you can adhere foil to it, and we're going to have lots of fun with these designs and adhering foil. These are the A2 white card fronts. Here are the Kraft A2 card fronts. Again, you get both designs in the pack. So you get both butterflies and dragonflies in your A2 Kraft pack. And these are the Slimline Kraft card fronts. So again, these can be, the dragonflies can be horizontal or vertical. I think the butterflies are supposed to be horizontal slimline. So I'm going to cut a piece of foil that is slightly larger than the A2 card front that I'm trying to cover. And the reason that I do that is so that if it shifts in the laminator at all, it will still cover up the entire card front. So I just use a pair of scissors, and then that extra piece I'll use another time. I am using the Brutus Monroe Rainglow, and I'm gonna make sure that the silver side is touching the black toner. That will adhere the color down to the black toner designs. And I'm going to place this whole thing inside a piece of folded up parchment paper. I want to make sure that nothing shifts to the point where any of the toner is not covered by foil. Once that's done, I am going to put it inside my laminator, but first I'm really going to heat up that laminator way longer than just how long it takes to get the light to turn green. I'm going to put the folded edge inside the laminator. That will keep it from wrinkling or crinkling or getting jammed in your laminator. Once it comes out and it's cool, I'm going to peel and reveal and look at those gorgeous rainbow butterflies. I absolutely adore the Brutus Monroe Rainglow. So I'm going to actually cover another A2 card front because we're going to layer things on top of each other in this creation of cards. So I have some dies from Newton's Nook that I'm going to use to cut them out, but we're going to do all of our foiling first. So on this A2 card front with the white cardstock, I used Gina Fancy Foils in Passionate Pink. And on the second one, I'm going to use Gina Designs Fancy Foils in Grass Green. So just make sure that everything is cool before you peel it off. That gives it plenty of time for the color to stick down onto the toner while it's hot. I also covered up some of the dragonflies of the slimline size in pewter and gold. I thought they looked really pretty in those metallic colors, and they are going to layer really nicely on top of each other. For the first card, we're going to use the Rainglow butterflies. So I'm going to stamp a sentiment on Kraft cardstock to match the Kraft that we used, and I'm going to heat emboss this sentiment that is from Pretty Pink Posh, and it says flying by to say hello. So I thought it was perfect for all of those rainbow butterflies. I'm just going to cover it with white embossing powder and then melt it with a heat tool. I want to cut this out with one of those Newton's Nooks dies, so I'm going to use some purple tape to hold the scallop circle in place around the sentiment. And now I have a scalloped cut circle of Rainglow butterflies, an A2 Rainglow butterfly, and then the sentiment. And I'm going to pop them both up with Gina Designs for ThermOWeb foam squares to add some dimension to these so they're not just flat to each other, but check out all that shine. I love layering the two rainbow butterflies on top of each other because there's so much color in those. For the next card, I'm going to use the Gina for ThermOWeb Butterfly Kisses stamp set. It has some great sentiments that have to do with flying that go perfectly with these little cute butterflies. So you can see that I trimmed the pink butterflies down to 4 by 5.25, and I am going to stamp the sentiment that I chose from that stamp set in black ink on some green cardstock that kind of goes really well with the grass green foil. So I am going to adhere with tape runner. I'm using the Memory Runner XL from ThermOWeb, the pink butterflies down to a pink piece of A2 cardstock, and then I'm going to use the foam squares to pop up the grass green butterflies on top of the pink butterflies. And you can see with this one, I'm going to keep the pattern in line so it looks like the butterflies have multicolor wings, which is really cute. And then I will also pop up on the foam squares the sentiment, and I'm going to do it kind of off center so that there's just a lot of movement to the card, even though it's super, super simple. Just a couple of foiled sheets, some die cutting, and then a stamped sentiment. And that is all you need to create a really shiny, cute card. For this last card, again, I just want to layer the different colors on top of each other. So I've trimmed down my pewter slimline dragonflies to be smaller than their original size. And I'm going to mat them on some silver glitter cardstock. Then I trim down the gold dragonflies to be a little bit smaller than the pewter ones. And I'm just using tape runner, the Memory Runner XL, to adhere the pewter ones down to the silver cardstock. But I'm going to use foam squares once again. With this layering, it is really fun to play with dimension because these are such simple cards. Just a little bit of dimension really adds quite a lot. I stamped and heat embossed a sentiment on some black cardstock, and now I'm going to use ThermOWeb's Ultra Bond to adhere some sequins underneath, just in, again, silver and gold to really keep this kind of almost a monochromatic, but just a metallic, fun card. And I think that those dragonflies just go along so well with the gold and silver, and then that sentiment is also from the butterfly kisses, but it just really works perfectly with the dragonflies as well. Until you spread your wings, you'll never know how far you can fly. I love that sentiment. So pretty. And just a kind of again, very simple card, but lots of shine because we've layered up several pieces of foiling to create these cards. If you're interested in any of these new toner sheets or any of the other supplies that I used, they'll all be linked down below. I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. Have a wonderful day.